Recently in the community there has been a lot of slander regarding Yuta and Yuki. With both of them encountering Kenjaku, they have been demoted to being sellouts as they weren't able to overpower the godfather of Jujutsu. In this video, we will be pitting Yuta against Yuki to highlight that there isn't much of a difference in strength between the two of them, and that they are worthy of being among the strongest. Let's get into it. Yuta Okkotsu is known as the second strongest sorcerer in modern history. As the initial protagonist of the story, he started off with a curse known as Rika, which provided him with a large pool of cursed energy and the ability to use multiple curse techniques. Rika's existence is an anomaly. Initially a curse that was bound to Yuta through love, she left a part of herself with Yuta to help him as a sorcerer. With her by his side, Yuta was able to ascend into the ranks of a special grade sorcerer in a matter of months. Although we're not fully aware of the conditions of his curse technique, Rika's involvement is of the utmost importance, as she provides him with the tools to copy other curse techniques. At this moment in time, Yuta has fought against 6 opponents: Geto Suguru, Yuji Itadori, Kororoshi, Uro, Ishigori, and finally Kenjaku. Even though Yuta fought Suguru in his weakened state, the fact that he was able to overpower him clearly suggests that Yuta in his first year of Jujutsu High was stronger than the likes of Gojo, pre-awakening, and even immediate post-awakening at the age of 17. His strengths were refined in the year of training he received from Miguel, as we see he is able to assess and read the flow of battles more effectively, as seen with his fight against Kororoshi. This is even more prevalent in his fight against Ishigori and Uro, as he was able to take these two heavy hitters at once. His quick thinking, decisive decision making, and overall confidence led him to overpowering these two characters. In his latest bout, he was able to sneak up against Kenjaku and slice off his head. Despite his demeanor being of the side of rage and sadness, he was able to keep his cool against Kenjaku. This can be compared to just a year ago, when he was unable to keep his composure against Geto, shattering his sword in the process, showing his growth and maturity. The extent of how many curse techniques Yuta has is endless, as he has shown a number of curse techniques which amps up his versatility. The curse techniques that we are aware that Yuta has are Curse Speech, Drakov's Drones, and Uro's Sky Manipulation. There's a high chance that he has other curse techniques that we have yet to see, as there doesn't seem to be a limit to how many curse techniques that Rika can store, as well as the types of curse techniques that she can allow Yuta to use. Despite that, Yuta has shown signs of weakness in his fight against Kororoshi, as he was unable to finish off the fight as intended without using reverse cursed energy. Similarly, during his fight against Uro and Ishigori, his lack of self-worth, as highlighted by Uro, meant that he was incapable of finishing off the fight immediately despite his abilities. Yuki Tsukumo is another special grade sorcerer. Born with high compatibility with Tengen as a star plasma vessel, she was born with an insane curse technique called Bombaye, also known as the Wrath of the Stars. This curse technique allows her to control the mass of herself, as well as her Shikigami Garuda. The mass that she can control is virtual, tending to both zero and infinity, which is reimagined within her body, or her Shikigami. The mass itself is external, so suggesting that she made herself 10 kg, this would be felt by the earth as well as whatever she's touching. This concept is similar to Gojo's blue technique as stated by Yuta and Hakari, that his punches have weight, pulling his opponents towards his fist. Yuki herself, however, does not experience this mass, so her speed, which is usually directly influenced by mass, is not affected. This also includes her density, as with higher masses, objects typically gain density. The only fight that she was able to showcase her abilities was her fight with Kenjaku. In this fight, she was able to push Kenjaku to his limits, such that he had to use a domain expansion to combat her due to her overwhelming power. In this fight, Yuki showed a high level of maturity to produce a plan with Tengen to defeat Kenny. The only reason why she lost was because she trusted Tengen and Kenjaku outsmarted them by using a barrierless domain, meaning that Tengen's plan of dismantling Kenny's domain wasn't going to happen. As Yuki's mass can tend towards infinity, she's capable of making her mass equivalent to anything, including a black hole, which is an enormous trump card to take out enemies, suggesting that she's ready to sacrifice herself. There seems to be a need to build up her mass, as stated by Tengen, that she needed a distraction to make up the mass of a black hole. At first glance, the fight between these two juggernauts is quite straightforward, with Yuta taking the cake. He has a higher cursed energy output and has a more versatile arsenal than Yuki does. Yuta has presumably more hidden abilities that some of the main cast don't even know about. However, Yuki along with her Shikigami could definitely put up a good fight against the current strongest sorcerer. With Yuta's domain still being a mystery and Yuki not being able to showcase her domain, as Tengen suggested that she shouldn't do so, we would never know who would win in a domain battle. Based on experience alone and compatibility to control their curse technique, it's safe to assume that Yuki's domain would be more refined than Yuta's due to her curse technique and overall experience in battle. The only condition in which Yuki would win is if she used her trump card, sacrificing herself in the end, meaning that there would be no winner. Yuta doesn't have any ability or power that could potentially combat that. As stated by Yuki herself, time, gravity, and mass should all be taken with caution, and unless Yuta has one of these 3 curse techniques within his arsenal that we don't know about, then he, along with the whole planet, besides Gojo, would be incapable of fending off this martyr. Thank you for watching today's video. Please consider leaving a like, as I did really enjoy doing some research into this series as well as taking some physics lessons. I have covered some videos regarding Kenjaku as well as Yuji, so maybe check them out if you have some time. I appreciate any and all support, so thank you. I'll see you in the next video.